Tēnā koutou YouTube, ngā mihi nui. So, what happens if a Pounamu or jade or a special pendant you have is lost or broken? So this is what I think about it. Because I believe all Pounamu has a wairoa, has a spirit, and has its own journey to take. And if something happens to it, it was meant to happen. It's meant to be. And if you lose it, then it'll come back to you if it's meant to be with you. But maybe it needs to be with someone else. Maybe it's for someone else at a time. Maybe it's time for you to pass it on. And if it's dropped, then there's also a meaning in that. So this is something that's happened to me recently. So I was making a whale's tail. So this was the which way did it go? That way. This was round one. Got almost finished to the end. Beautiful, beautiful design. I really like this. And just as I was finishing the sanding, the tail came off. And at the time I was gutted. But I know there's a reason for this, and maybe the reason is that the design wasn't right for this Pounamu, and it would have been a shame to go and give this to someone and have it break after you've given it to them. So it's nice that it happens before then. Or maybe it just wasn't the right kaupapa, or there's something wrong with this piece. So that happened, and it's okay. So round two, made this one. Okay, this one is, you can see, is a bit of a different design, but stronger in those crucial parts. And I've definitely paid more attention to this one with, when I was looking after it to make it. So that happened. I've had a heimato that I was given when I was 21, and on the inside it had a koru on the inside, and on that one the inner koru snapped off, and that there's like actually a little bit of a rough edge, but it was quite sharp. And I think for that, it was around about the same time. I was about in my early 20s when I was rounding off some of my sharpness on the inside too. So in terms of my journey as a person and growing up as an adult, it was quite appropriate. I felt, it was almost a significant event with my Pounamu growing with me. And it's like, yeah, I was learning a lot about myself. My wife has an interesting story with her Pounamu too. So she was out surfing one day when she was young. She was given a Pounamu from her grandmother. And she was out surfing and she didn't have a good feeling about the day. She didn't have a good feeling. It was a pretty big surf. She got her wetsuit on, she got her surfboard out, and she was heading out into the ocean, into the waves. She wasn't just walking out. And she felt like she just had a feeling of foreboding, right? And then she noticed something was wrong, and her Pounamu was missing. It was the first time she noticed it was missing. She was like, "Oh no, that's that's an omen, I guess. I'm going to head back in today. I'm not going to go surfing." And she was pretty upset that she had lost it as well. However, on the way back in to the beach, she felt something hook around her foot, and it was the necklace, the cord of her Pounamu. In amongst all the surf and all the currents and everything, it came back to her. So that's pretty special, I think, when things like that happen. Pretty special. If it does get broken or dropped or cracked or something, there's nothing against having it repaired, fixed. Sometimes that means shaving a corner off or changing the shape a bit, or maybe gluing something back together. I think that's fine. That's all part of the journey of a Pounamu. It adds to its history and its significance and its story. So that stuff is all totally possible. It may or may not be as strong as it was if you're trying to glue two bits together like this whale's tail back on. With this piece over here, I think the journey for this piece is that this is going to turn into a smaller whale's tail like this. Maybe someone needs one of those. Maybe that's why it happened. And this one here will turn into some sort of a heimato with a hook on the end here as well. So everything has a purpose. The hard thing is making peace with that. If you've got something which is very special to you that may get lost or broken. I guess the other cool side of that is there is a time when things need to be passed on as well, when someone else might need it more than you. So keep that in mind as well. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on that one. Kia ora koutou, ngā mihi.